Hello again. Let me see where we left off. Yeah, I would just like to mention that sometimes, well, I do it all the time now, a small saturation, I wouldn't call it distortion because it's more like a saturation plugin, Quadrifuzz from Cubase. It's great to put on the high end of the bass because it gives it a bit of an analog feel. Let's listen to it. Just a little bit of boosting these frequencies. We don't need to boost the low because we already have a high pass filter applied to it. See the difference? And you can play around with different shapes. Depending on the type of bass you want. I just want a bit of saturation, that's it. I'm happy with that. Now, percussion. We're happy with our kick and our bass. Could be better. I could use one of my hardware synths to make the bass. It would probably sound better. But I won't, because not everybody has hardware synths. Like, let's move on to our percussion. So, if I go into my mixer, I'll break my mixer down here. Percussion. Right. I press him. So I need to select a small pattern where all my percussion is playing. So I know what I'm doing. I know everything is matching up. And I'm gonna have my bass because I need to mix my percussion according to my kick and bass, because you know, different kicks, different percussion. Now let's start with our hi-hat. Have we got our own kick hi-hat? It's very classic to have a hi-hat on top of the kick. And it should be in mono like the kick is, to give it cut to the track, give it that feel of marking the tempo. In this case, in our track, the kick hat or the hi-hat that drops in on the kick has got some more notes in it, so I'm gonna leave it in stereo. I can try and have it in mono and then change my open hat a stereo a bit. Let me see. Where's my channel? Let's see how it works better. I forgot to select the pattern. This is a good way to make it mono. If you go up there and select stereo dual panel and put both there, your hi-hat is now in mono. Now, and bring my analyzer down here. I need another mixer here so I can switch off my Now all these frequencies you saw here, I really don't need them. Not for a hi-hat, they're just there creating rumble and unnecessary stuff. So I'm gonna EQ my hi-hat, and seeing that it's stereo, I'm gonna select stereo. Well, it's not a EQ, it's a filter, but because I want to cut, I use a filter. If I wanted to boost, I would use an analog EQ. Well, let's see. This is our hi-hat. We don't need any of this. This is what we need. This area here, that's where our hi-hats are. And if I play the rest of the track, now I'm going to mute all my leads and effects. And find a spot where it sounds good. So yeah. That's good enough. Now let's see how open it. It's a big difference in it. Bit of EQ. If I want to brighten them up, so it gives more presence to my percussion, what I do is I use a good EQ, and an SSL EQ, for example. Which changes the sound completely, as you can hear. Now this is a analog modeling EQ, so even if it's the red, if it sounds good, it's alright. Because analog distortion is your friend. Digital distortion, on the other hand, is shit. Right, let's hear our snare. We got 2 snares and claps. Now if I press Alt and left click, I can use the same EQ for my hi-hat. That's bright. Too bright.